Hello and welcome to newsclick.in. On behalf of the India Writers Forum, I am very pleased to welcome Shujit Sarkar, one of the most exciting filmmakers in Bombay today. Welcome Shujit. You must be thrilled with the success of Piku.
Yeah, I am happy that there are takers for constipation also. I didn't know it's such a prevalent topic. It can be a household topic, can move that quickly in the entertainment business also. Yes, I am really happy that the kind of films I want to make, I am able to make and survive in a film industry which runs in a more conventional style. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out a way where I can tell my own stories in my own vision.
Absolutely. And you have a very distinctive voice actually. For instance, one of your sort of preoccupations, at least in Vicky Donor and in Piku, both which has been much commented about, bodily secretions, which is not really the subject of films normally. And then to make it in a frame that is also commercially viable, that takes some doing. I actually thought that Piku was a very moving, poignant story that connected to us in very many different ways. But one of the things that I was struck by, and this is something that also is common to many of your other films, is the idea of the independent working woman who does not necessarily need to be romantically involved.
Right.
With the main lead of the movie.
Right. Yeah, I think quite strongly me and my writer Juhi, we believe and as you know, me being from theatre as my backdrop, my learning, my everything, whatever I am because of theatre. So theatre basically teaches you being independent, being socially strong as an individual. I'm not talking about everybody else. So I think those reflections are there in my film, and I strongly believe that's what when people saw in a Vicky Donor, a lot of people questioned also, and a lot of people appreciated also when a mother-in-law and a daughter-in-law are drinking together. To me, that was more progressive. So so there is various ways of looking at progressive. Merely that BG is more progressive than any other cosmopolitan woman. So yes, I always feel that they are very strong and they can be strong. And the way the world is moving, I think at some point they wanted men around them because they were not allowed outside and they had no other means. But they have means now to be independent. So why not?
In Madras Cafe as well, it's interesting that the journalist and the raw agent actually don't have no romantic.
There is nothing in the romance
involvement at all.
Yeah, in this film also.
Exactly.
And in that film, especially in Vicky Donor, everything was unconventional. If you see a divorcee falling in love, obviously sperm donation, infertility, adoption. So there were many things which were not from the conventional, style of storytelling. So there was everything was going BG, them drinking together, him not working, she working. So there was but they were not just a fictional stories. We have seen these kind of people.
Exactly.
I mean, you walk into Daryaganj, you will find a chadda. Yeah, you walk into Lajpat Nagar, you will find one Vicky Arora he doesn't know what he's going to do in his life, who is out of Bhagat Singh. So you will find a BG who is there in the terrace, but he will have her own ideologies and principles which may just stun you. So I think it's all my observations that I have learned while living in Delhi or Kolkata, wherever.
How much difference does it make when you have a scriptwriter who's a woman?
Especially carving out a woman's character, it definitely gives you a big weightage there, because what she will understand. I may as a man may skip through. For me, those can be very okay. Let it go. But for her as a writer, that can be a point or nuances which we can hold the film together, the character together. To be Piku or to be Bhaskar, what Bhaskar in Piku was his way of thinking about women, and her daughter accepting his. I mean, people around the world were thinking, Acha, Piku is going through such a bad time. But she said, no, I'm okay, I'm fine. I have to live like that. This is my father. And he believes in certain ways, I am accepting. It's not that I am not, that she, contradicts his theories or his thoughts. So she is happy living like that. It's the way father and daughter. And I think the film was more progressive also because a father and daughter could have a conversation of that kind, which is not normal in a family.
About men, about sex,
about everything. So that's also a progressive, Yeah. So, normally a woman will talk to her mother, possibly, but still not this in this context. So yes, as a woman writer, definitely that helps. And Juhi has been absolutely brilliant in that part.
Your first film was based in Kashmir. Then you have a film that's based in Sri Lanka. Both films have uniforms in them and guns and so on. But even in these two films, you brought in a way of looking at conflict that's been not the usual action, action framework sort of thing.
As I said, because of theatre, you definitely you start looking at things. Somewhere down the line, the political things come in your way, which I don't want to avoid. It becomes yours. So Kashmir there is a turmoil that we know that people are going through, and Sri Lanka was absolutely a hell. I mean, still there are refugees who are still struggling. Yes, both this, I think, is this films have seen into, like for example in Madras Cafe, a lot of discussions happened after the film that is it biased towards Tamil, or is it biased to an Indian government, or is it biased towards the Sri Lankan government? But when I made the film, I was really absolutely on a thin line. If I had gone this way, I would have been giving the Tamil the fighters a plus, or everybody made a mistake and we lost a prime minister. But at the end of the day, we lost so many soldiers. Still there are refugees from both sides, and it's no point, I mean, where we went, so in the history. So I mean, there are still turmoil. So this turmoil this incident in the history coming, hundreds of years, this will have an effect. In Kashmir, when I went there, there is a sequence in Kashmir which now people in Kashmir are still, girls especially, are still scared of. That I was researching on the film, and I went to villages and villages. So I asked the girls, I mean, we're just having fun, and just what do you want to do? Their only desire was, okay, can I go out alone? And the second was, I once want to wear a jeans.
And there's this wonderful sequence.
Yes, and I put a sequence. Okay, she wants to wear a jeans, so she gets a jeans somewhere here and she tries. So
for me, that was the high point of it.
Yes, I mean, for her to just try a jeans, and then and a love story between an army officer and a Kashmiri girl. There are many incidences. We have not heard about it, but there are many, and there will be attractions. They are human characters. So that way, I think I found a lot more life inside the Kashmiris, that they want to move on. They want to really move on and see. But that's what the film I was trying to get. Okay, move on. What's happened? You have to erase it and move on. If that doesn't happen, then the conflicts never will end.
In the last few years in Bombay cinema, there have been some winds of change. Not everything has changed, but some new voices, some new ways of looking. How do you see this whole landscape?
I don't agree with this. I've been asked this many times, and I don't see that what Tapan Sinha made, or what Shyam Benegal made, or what Ketan Mehta tried, or what the other Mrinal Sen tried, that were doing it in the 70s or 80s, or even the late 90s also. Amol Palekar, Sai Paranjpe. I mean, the kind of films they made, I mean, it's not that they were as brilliant a film as films they are coming through. So I think I don't see a huge change in terms of that. No, Bollywood filmmaking has changed and something that we have struck upon some independent kind of cinema. No, we have been making this kind of cinema, from Bimal Roy to Basu Bhattacharya to Basu Chatterjee to Ray is my God. I mean, you know, is my Bible. So there have been hazar filmmakers like them. Half of the people have not seen Garam Hawa yet. You know, so yes, what has happened is those kind of films which used to only release in one theater, yeah, one orphan theater जिसको कि ये उन फिल्मों के लिए है, yeah, that film has come in the mainstream. हाँ, मतलब you know, मतलब वो वैसे फिल्म होते हैं जो माँ के गहने बेच के बनाए जाते हैं, you know, so मतलब उन फिल्म में पैसे नहीं होते हैं, वो गरीबों वाला फिल्म होता है, and उसमें कुछ ऐसे jargons होंगे. But I think those films, if you release now in theaters, I think they are as progressive as films and film of now. So I feel it's in the mainstream. What has happened? This film has come into the release has been possible, and it's been put to lot many people in front. You know, we're catering to lot many people, so they are seeing a lot many films and they are appreciating. And at that time, we could not cater it to a lot of people. So that's the difference I feel personally. I definitely don't feel that some new movement has come and something has taken over. No, not at all. I think movement was always there.
Do you think that the fact that Indian films now have a slightly better international market, has that changed?
Yes, that definitely has happened, and we are not far away from the. Yes, we still lacking in the world cinema. Our cinema is still not traveling, apart from few couple of, I think, but we should, the kind of infrastructure we have, the kind of literature we have, the talent, we should move to world cinema as quickly. There have been filmmakers who has moved on. I mean, biggest example is Ray. You know, he's been a world figure, so he's done then. Why can't we do it now? So it's just we'll have to try hard, and we are there.
If you look at the overall scenario in the country today, a lot of us feel that there's a concerted effort to throttle voices that are independent, voices that don't conform to a single way of looking, and so on. How do you see this?
There have been incidents where there have been a lot of censoring, you know, in terms of. But you know, I can voice it. But what has happened with my films, it's a little bizarre. I mean, a film like Vicky Donor, I mean, I went to the censor, I thought, and I will get an adult certificate. It was the kind of subject it dealt with. They asked me, what do you want? I said, I want a UA. They said, okay, we give you UA. So there were sensible people sitting there who could gauge it. I mean, they didn't think it's one C-grade slapstick comedy happening. Same with Madras Cafe. Same with Piku. I mean, so I never faced a censor problem. But yes, some of my films, some of the diktats which has come from censors. Like हमारे country में ऐसा है कि कोई कहीं से भी झंडा लेके खड़ा हो जाता है. When Madras Cafe didn't release in Tamil Nadu, I tried speaking to the political, you know, teams. I said, fine, you want to raise a voice? Raise a voice. Don't watch the film, but don't stop the other people to watch the film. So that strong voice I'll still have, that, you know, you watch the film, don't let your people or other people to stop watching it. You don't want to watch it, you want to voice, you want to come in the media and say this is wrong in the film. Yes, you have every right to protest, but I don't think you have any right for other on, you know, infringing in other people's way of looking at cinema or art or whatever it is. So that's I definitely believe.
Well, that's great, Shoojit. It's been a pleasure having you, and may your tribe grow, and may your voice always be unthrottled, and may you give us more and more and more enjoyable, lovely, moving, poignant, funny films. Thank you very much.